Hello, everyone, and welcome back for some more Drag Race gossip, secrets, and drama. So, you may remember that a while back I did a mean comments video where I read out mean comments that I've had over the years, and it did really well and it got millions of views.
That's false, America.
So what I thought I'd do is, because you loved the first one so much, I obviously had to make a part two. Every time that I get a mean comment, which obviously is never because everyone loves me.
Delusion. Convince yourself.
I squirrel them away in a folder on my computer, and I haven't looked at them in a long time, so these are genuinely my reactions to these comments because I haven't read them in ages. Okay, so we're going to start off, and the first comment actually comes from my last mean comments video, so this is all getting maybe a little bit meta, but the first one says, "Not gonna lie, a lot of these comments were spot on, lol. The Roscoe's videos especially sound like you told ChatGPT to summarize a viewing party and make an informative video about it, lol. You seem far less robotic these days now that you show your face, but your speech is so prim and proper and you sound like a member of the royal family. I'm guessing you're from Wales." Everyone with a Welsh accent sounds very proper and waspy to Americans. Okay, so there is a lot to unpack in this comment. I don't know what they mean by robotic. Like, I've never thought of myself as being very robotic. But I guess when they say prim and proper, I do get that comment a lot about, I guess, the British accent. The bit that I find so weird, though, is, first of all, saying I sound like a member of the royal family. I mean, okay, whatever. I guess I am a real queen, so okay, fine, I'll take that. But the bit about, I'm guessing you're from Wales, this is the part where I feel like maybe this comment was a joke, because people from Wales have a very different accent to people from England. It's completely different.
The cheek, the nerve, the gall, the audacity, and the gumption.
And I don't believe any member of the royal family, or at least like the famous ones, have a Welsh accent. Pretty much all of them have an English accent. So I have no idea where this came from. A Welsh accent is very sing-songy. It's very...
Please stop immediately.
Okay, I can't do a Welsh accent. I am technically part Welsh, and I'm sure I'm embarrassing all of my ancestors. I'm sure they're rolling in their grave right now. But the Welsh accent is very different. So this one just made me absolutely cackle. But yeah, let me know if you'd like me to do all of my videos in a Welsh accent.
Is this bitch for real?
Okay, the next one is also about my face and me, you know, misery loves company. And it says, "Get your face out of the corner. You ruined the fantasy. I had no idea what you looked like and I liked it that way," with the crying emoji. I wish that was the first time I said that my face has brought on tears, but that would not be the case.
You ugly bitch.
So, hello to you, Murky Meadows. I'm sorry that my face ruins it for you. I would take it out of the corner. Maybe I should just plaster it all over the video and really come front and center. Maybe I should do this. But yeah, since I started showing my face a little bit more in the videos, especially in my Have Your Say, where I'm kind of like little small down in the corner, I get so many comments about it now. So maybe I should literally just put a plastic bag over my head and do my videos like that. In fact, I'm just going to do all of the rest of my videos like this from now on, because clearly you are right and clearly my face is just absolutely ruining it. So I feel like this is actually a better solution. It also means less hair and makeup required because, you know, it takes a lot of effort for this beauty. Okay, so this next comment, I got this one a few times and it just kind of made me laugh. So some of you may remember that back when I was doing my Have Your Say for season 17, I started this joke where I started calling people freeloaders if they weren't subscribed to my channel. And a lot of people, I think, got that it was clearly a joke, but some of you did not. So, for example, someone said, "Freeloaders, you're lucky anyone clicks play as you merely report on other creatives. You dared criticize what you are not capable of, muckrake innuendo and gossip. Standing near recently, IRL, I detected a faint smell of and urine. Keep on spinning your negative tubby."
Back rolls.
Shots fired. Okay, keep on spinning your negativity, tubby, as if you have any validity to do so. Maybe you could use soap and Maybe you could use soap and a scrub brush when bathing daily and swear freshly laundered clothing. Okay, this comment, seriously, this is probably one of the craziest and like meanest comments that I've ever had potentially, and I've had a few. That's what she said. But this comment, seriously, like, first of all, they say that I'm unimaginative. Then they said that they saw me in real life and they detected a faint smell of pee and poop. Now, I mean, that part I'll leave up to you.
One word, deodorant, bitch.
They then called me tubby, which, you know, where's the lie? Where's the lie? But when I read that, I was like, tubby? Back rolls? Like, seriously, this person came for blood. And I remember when I read this, I was like, oh my God, this person, Disconuvo 3037. Thank you so much for this comment. It's given me very much food for thought. I will obviously from now on be bathing very regularly just in case I do encounter you again in real life. But yes, thank you so much for this comment. It really has helped me in my personal hygiene. Okay, so moving on from one insult to another, because we all know I love a good insult. This one really made me laugh because it was just, I appreciated how quick and succinct it was in a way. So someone commented on one of my Roscoe's recaps and said, halfway through and you failed to mention anything about your thumbnail. You deserve eternal suffering, you cocksucking bitch. Again, where's the lie? Where is the lie? Honestly, I think at this point I should just change my channel name to cocksucking bitch, because where's the lie? Great drag name. Please, everyone, welcome to the stage, cocksucking bitch. So this sort of comment does come up quite a lot where people say, oh, I'm like clickbaiting because the title of the video is something, and then the video, maybe it mentions it somewhere in the video, but it's not the whole video is talking about that topic. It's one part of the video. Now, I feel like most of you smart people watching this video will know if the video says, like, for example, Irene called out by Arietti, Roscoe's recap, most of you will know that the whole video is not about the one topic. It's a Roscoe's recap, as it kind of, the clue's in the title, but the Irene called out by Arietti will come up at some point, and usually I'll put timestamps in the video. So I'm assuming that D Stauffer 1000 maybe doesn't know that, and they got halfway through the video and felt like they had been clickbaited. I don't know, but I would just like to say thank you very much from one sucking bitch to another. Okay, so this next one, this has come up so many times, so I guess I need to address it, right? Someone said, out of curiosity, are you on the spectrum? Now, I don't know what they mean of spectrum. Do they mean the spectrum of gayness? Because I, as we all know, am a pillar of masculinity, straight, heterosexual, straight, heterosexual energy. So I don't know if that's the spectrum they're talking about. But I imagine, and I'm guessing, they mean on the spectrum of like autism or something. Now, I would just like to say, this is kind of maybe a slightly more serious topic. So no, I'm not autistic as far as I'm aware. I don't think I'm on the spectrum, but who knows? The thing that I find about these comments, because I get this a lot of people think that I'm autistic, and I've seen multiple Reddit threads where people literally are speculating whether or not I'm autistic or not. I don't think I'm autistic, but I'd also like to say there's nothing wrong with being autistic if you are. What I find just bizarre about this sort of thing, though, is imagine not knowing someone who's just like on the internet existing, talking about Drag Race, and you're literally speculating whether they are on the autism spectrum or not, or maybe the spectrum of something else. It's just really, really bizarre and kind of weird. Like, you can think that in your mind, but to physically type that out and click comment. The thing that I don't like about these comments, though, is I think they're almost like making a mockery of something that is actually a very serious issue for people. And I would never joke about autism or like speculate about that, because I think some people are trying to use that to insult me or insult other people by saying, oh, you're clearly on the spectrum. And that's kind of, I think that's quite disrespectful to people who are genuinely on the spectrum. So you, India 4316, thank you very much for your comment. No, I'm not on the spectrum, but clearly I can tell you are a licensed psychologist, so you obviously know better. So maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But thank you, Dr. Freud, for your analysis. All right, this next one, this has come up a few times as well. So if any of you have been watching my Have Your Say videos, you may have seen that I started changing the style of them and doing some kind of like cutaway, like funny gags and just being a bit more silly and things like that.
I'm not gagging.
Because I wanted to just switch it up a bit and maybe show a bit more of my personality as well. But that hasn't necessarily gone over that well with all of you. So for example, Kiriki2355 has commented saying, this new era of wacky editing feels very forced and unnatural. Why is there a cat with an eye patch? Like, what is this nonsense? Not everyone needs to have campy shtick. Now, first of all, I will say I will not hear any kind of disrespect against the wonderful, legendary Dr. Claudia Pousset. But if some of you have been following my channel for a while, you may remember that Dr. Claudia Pousset kind of came in as almost like a bit of an accident. One day I just had a bit of a malfunction with my camera and it cut my feed. And then I didn't have any sort of video footage of me for a while. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stick in this random video of a cat I found. And then I did the eye patch thing. I put an eye patch on the cat just for a bit of a joke. And I guess most of you got it and thought it was funny, but some of you clearly did not. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that it's wacky to have a cat with an eye patch in the video, or do you quite enjoy a bit of Dr. Claudia Pousset? Okay, so this next comment is from a short, which was a clip obviously from one of my normal videos. And this video is from absolutely ages ago, but this comment came in a little bit more recently. And it was a short about Maddie Morphosis and her gender journey. Cameron McAlpin F5P said, by the way, this channel is total shit. I mean, I can't argue with that. Just my personal opinion, full of completely unnecessary bullshit that is obviously 90% based and worded of bullshit itself. The fact that I'm even posting on this account says something, but I guess, do you, boo? Do what you got to pay the bills. Again, this comment is reading me for filth, but where is the lie? Where is the lie?
Where are the jokes?
I think most people know that most of the stuff I talk about is literally just baloney, repeating what the queens have said on social media, and I'm gathering it all together and then presenting it in a sort of coherent way, trying to be almost a little bit like a news report, but for Drag Race gossip, secrets, and drama. So if any of you think that it's bullshit, or that it's, I don't know, not true, I think you've got to go and take that up with the source, which I have quoted in the video, which is the queens themselves. But I mean, this isn't the first time that I've been accused of being total bullshit. Can't argue with that part there. But the bit where it says, do what you got to do to pay your bills, Cameron, if you only knew. Okay, so this next one, it's actually very short and sweet, but I don't know if I quite understand if this is real or not. Someone commented saying, this fake English accent is really annoying.
I've been watching Harry Potter, so
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter, yeah.
Let me hear some of your English accent.
Can I have some water?
I do get a lot of comments about my accent, which I just find kind of funny. This is the only accent that I have, unfortunately. But usually it's just like, oh, your accent's so annoying, your voice is so monotone, you talk so slowly. But I've never had someone say that my accent is fake. Now, I can't tell if this is a joke by Dawn K9K, but I really don't know how to take this. Do people think my accent is fake? Is that a thing? Let me know in the comments if you think my accent is fake. If it is, then please let me know what my real accent is, because I would also love to know. And while we're on the topic of me and my fake accent, there's a lot of comments about me mispronouncing words. And I talked about this in the last video as well, but this is a bit more of a specific one. So someone commented on one of my shorts, which was from a Roscoe's recap, and it says, it's pronounced Naisha. If you're going to do voiceovers, do your research. Now, Renee Castillo 2372, thank you so much for letting me know that Naisha is pronounced Naisha. I will make a mental note and I will keep that in mind for next time. Okay, this next comment kind of left me a little bit speechless when I first read it, and there's not much that usually leaves me speechless, but I posted an actual community post on my YouTube, and it was a picture of me on my sofa relaxing at home, and someone commented on that picture saying, you probably jerk off a lot in that sofa. There is so much to unpack in that. First of all, I do wonder, is this a typo? Did they mean to say on the sofa or did they really mean in that sofa? Because, you know, I don't know about you, but when I do jerk off, I like to do it inside the sofa because I just find that it's a better, more comfortable way of doing it.
Oh, Jesus. Gross.
But in general, I just think it's so weird that that would be your first thought of like me jerking off on the sofa. Now, I can assure you, ain't no one gonna wanna see that. And if they did, I'd already have an OnlyFans, ka-ching, ka-ching. And I just find that so wild that you'd see a sofa and the first thought is about jerking off on it. Am I the only one not jerking off on my sofa? Let me know in the comments. Should I be part of this club or is there some kind of membership quiz? And the final one for this video is a very short, sweet, and concise little comment. And someone said, please can you tone down the drama in your intro? So thank you so much, Silencify, for that comment. And I would just like to say gossip, secrets, and drama. Thank you so much for tuning into this little video. I might make this a bit more of a regular thing over on my Patreon and I might read out some more comments on a more regular basis. So keep an eye out for that and go and check out my Patreon. I'll put a link to that in the description. I have lots of amazing benefits like early access to videos, exclusive content, priority when doing interview questions and things like that. So go and check out my Patreon if you'd like to support this wonderful, amazing content that I'm putting out.
You're a liar.
And thank you so much to all of you who do leave me genuinely lovely comments. I do appreciate reading them all so, so much. And although I make jokes about doing these mean comments, I don't typically get that many, but I just find it funny to actually talk about them and share some of the experiences that maybe you don't get to see from when you're just seeing me behind the camera. I am a real person, contrary to popular belief. So yeah, thank you so much for all of the lovely support and lovely comments that you actually leave. And yeah, please keep doing it. Make sure you're subscribed, all of those wonderful things, because I love making videos for you all and I'd love to keep doing it for as long as you'll have me. So thank you so much for tuning in for another of these mean comments videos. And I hope you'll join me again for some more Drag Race gossip, secrets, and drama. Thank you so much. Bye.